So boom, we all know why you're here. You're here because you want to get an Infiniti G35 and you want to know everything about it before you buy it. And don't get me wrong, you're not dumb. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm gonna give you the key things you need to know about owning an Infiniti G35 used, or if you brought it from a dealership. And I have a G35 sedan. It's a 2007 HR 6-speed. But first off, let's say you text somebody on Marketplace, you know what I'm saying, and they hit you back and you want to go see the car. First thing you want to make sure with these cars, even if it's automatic or it's manual, make sure it has no oil leaks whatsoever. And if it does, you take off the price. That includes valve covers, because once the valve covers start leaking, they go into the spark plugs, and you want to make sure that the gallery gasket has been changed. If it hasn't been changed, more than likely you're going to need to change it. I'm just going to tell you that now off the gate. Second thing that I would like to say is you want to pay attention to if it has cold air intakes. And what I mean by that is this right here. Don't mind the dirty motor right now, you know, but these are hot air intakes, same thing, cold air intakes. But if they do have these right here when you buy the car, you want to ask the owner if the car has been tuned, because 9 times out of 10 you want to tune your car when you add these, because if not, it's going to run lean and it's going to throw a check engine light. So once you ask the owner that, if it has been tuned, you want to ask what maps, and depending on what year you have, it's going to be up rev. And the other one, I don't know how to really pronounce the name, it's like Ithaca or something, you know, in the comments correct me. But that would be another thing I would check. And another thing I would like to check would be this coolant hose right here. It done busted on me twice already, so I would say make sure you order one off Z1. I haven't ordered it yet, but I will be doing it here soon. That's for shit sure stuff. But the next thing you want to check, you want to come around and you want to check the interior. There's still motor things that we're going to talk about, but the interior, my interior is not pretty. It's not the prettiest interior. I have a rip right here, you know. Carpet is ripping, but we're gonna get it all fixed. But you want to check the interior, make sure everything's still intact. You want to make sure that you got your radio. If you have a stock radio, that's what it should look like. Manual, I changed the shift knob, it should be a stock one. If you get, thing you want to make sure is when you come to look at a car, if it is manual, you want to make sure that first thing first, like after you check the motor things, you want to make sure you sit in the car, right, and push the clutch down, and you want to run through every gear to make sure, let me move my Bluetooth transmitter, run through every gear to make sure that they work, and make sure reverse works. And if everything feels good, then that's when you take it for a test ride, because you want to make sure the clutch and the transmission are an A1, because if not, that's going to be the most thing that's going to really piss you off, to be honest. So yeah, make sure you do that. And make sure you figure out how many miles is on the car, if it's clean title or if it's a salvage title, because if it's a salvage title, it's been wrecked before about it, you know. And you pretty much just figure everything out. And if the car isn't slammed like mine, you want to get under and look at everything that you can look at and make sure that everything is correct like the owner is telling you. So once you did all that, right, after you done test drove the car and after you done made sure all the gears and everything is working smooth, you want to let the car sit in idle. The reason being is because you want to see if the car is going to overheat. And if it doesn't overheat, it shows you it does not have a problem with the thermostat, no coolant leaks, no nothing like that. You don't have to worry about none of that. You just want to always make sure, because if the owner has lied to you, you're going to be pretty shitty if you go home and the car's overheated, man. But yeah. And another thing you really want to pay attention to is when you are looking underneath the car, you want to look for rust as well, because these cars have rust under the carpet of the doors, in the door jambs. Like, you have to really pay attention to these, because this is a 2007, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying. We're in 2023, so it's a long time this car has been made, you know. So you just want to make sure there's no rust, you know. So once you did that too, test drive the car, make sure the exhaust sounds good, make sure there's no check engine lights, and if there is check engine lights, you just make sure you just scan them, man. You scan them and figure out what they are, and if you and the owner can come to agreement, then you just make sure y'all come to agreement. Now you can lower the price if there are things wrong with the car, because you can fix them. They're not too expensive, don't get me wrong. I rebuilt this whole car. It was expensive, but I had to do a lot more than I planned on doing. But overall, the Infiniti is a really reliable car. When you honestly take care of the Infiniti, I would say this, like, the car is actually super reliable. Like, it's gonna be so awkward here in a second. I know it's off topic, but this dude is walking over here, so I feel like it's gonna be like super awkward.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
And some other little things that really go on with the Infiniti a lot of people don't want to talk about. Window motors tend to go out on these things a lot. You know, people do not talk about that. Door locking, the unlocking, the type of things messed up. The fuel gauge reads the correct levels. I went through that, you know, so I had to get all that type of stuff fixed. Cracks on the dashboards, you know. So it's just a lot of things you got to pay attention to. Like, you really just got to pay attention and make sure, like, a lot of things have been done. So when you get in the car, make sure all the windows work. But more than likely, you're going to run into an electrical problem with the Infiniti, because for some reason, they always got electrical problems, but they're not that hard to fix. You can just fix them at home. Honestly, not that hard. Sponsored clear by Nick, you know. He got me right on the headlights. A lot of people can't find the headlights for him, but I got them, so. And we're almost done wrapping. If you're asking in the comments, like, why is he not done wrapping? We're almost there, man. I gotta fix the little quarter panel. But overall, man, I really love my car. I really love this car. It's really reliable. After you fix everything that needs to be fixed, I'll say that you pretty much have no worries. That's why I say, if you honestly go ahead and buy an Infiniti, I would just go ahead and, if it's manual, go ahead and get the clutch changed if needs be. Like, because if it's already changed, don't do it. Run through your valve cover gaskets, your spark plugs. You want to go ahead and get the gallery gasket changed. You want to go ahead and make sure it's tuned and just get all that type of stuff done, man. You won't have no problems from the car. I'm going to currently leave mine all motor, so I'm not planning on having too many problems with the car other than other basic stuff, like, you know, when suspension go out and this and that. I'm currently on Rev 9 coilovers. Those are the best coilovers so far, in my opinion, if you're looking for coilovers for the Infiniti. I won't go with no other ones because True Heart's messed up on me. Boo. So yeah, we're gonna just stick with the setup we have now. I'm gonna be trying to find some Nismos here soon, but yeah, man, I just want to give y'all that short little video, man. I know it was a lot to take in, but it's honestly not that much with an Infiniti like everybody tries to tell you. You know, it's expensive, but it's not expensive. Every car has their flaws, and these cars honestly aren't that bad. So just do your research, man, and try and tell you you'll love the car, man, because I'm loving mine, promise you. But that's gonna conclude today's video, man. Hope you like, share, and subscribe, and I hope I helped you guys who are looking for future Infinitis, because I'm telling you, man, it's not that hard. But just come join the team, man, VQ family. But yeah, man, make sure y'all tap in, man. Rear bumper video is gonna be coming in soon, so just make sure y'all tap in.